Are we on? Is this on?
Alexa, play the NTR podcast.
If I was going to leave 10 Downing Street, I'd leave like this.
He's one step away from the old, like, sack on a stick, like Wallace and Gromit, raincoat in the rain.
I've had my dog castrated.
Well, I know it just sounds mad to say.
We don't want to castrate sex offenders.
He was strung up to the ceiling.
I'll say what we used, a whole tube of KY jelly.
What's she doing?
A tub.
And now, from Liverpool, around the world on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time to open your mind, expand your outlook, and occasionally soil yourself with delight.
This is the NTR podcast with Dylan Evans and Graham Smith.
Are we on? Is this
on?
on? Hello and welcome to episode 12.
Fancy us on episode 12.
That is mad, actually. I like that. Why are we wearing black?
We just haven't exchanged notes before the show.
No, but it looks like we
do.
We could lie and say this in remembrance of someone. Sean Connery, he passed away. Was that recently?
It was ages ago. It was about 2 weeks ago. Des O'Connor, he died.
I don't know much about him.
He died hours ago.
I seen
from when we're honestly we're recording this the morning. Des O'Connor. I don't know. It just said on my phone before Des O'Connor's dead.
Des.
That was his name. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Des.
I thought it's one of them ones. I felt really bad about this because Des O'Connor came up. He was dead, and I thought he died years ago, but that wasn't. It was someone else who was a bit like him.
I thought that was Sean Connery. And when Sean Connery died, I just seen loads of videos on Twitter and stuff about him saying that he thinks it's okay to hit a woman. Oh. I don't know if you've seen these videos. Have you? There's loads of interviews where he gets asked about it and he's just kind of like, I think if a woman oversteps a mark, then yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, really bad actually, and sort of later on in his life. And I was like, okay.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's bad?
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it.
But then I was thinking he's 90 something. Like I figured it out. He was
what? Doesn't matter how old you are.
He was 14 or 15 during World War II.
So what?
I know. I just think, look at what he's been taught. What do you reckon his dad was saying? Oh yeah, she deserves a slap if she says too much, which is pretty much what he says.
Yeah.
A quick slap.
And women are pretty good at this. They can't leave it alone. They don't want to have the last word, and you give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last word. They want to say it again, and get into a really provocative situation.
All them people that have come from me speaking up about women shouldn't pay for tampons joined in this week to we should be able to slap women, shouldn't we? Isn't that mad?
You're now like legitimately though, that would make you a feminist, the stance that you took last week. I know we're proud of that. Dylan's a proud feminist, I think. But why not? If being a feminist means equality, then does. Well, then who isn't a feminist? It doesn't just stop at that though. It doesn't just stop at being a woman. It's all equality. Well, exactly. Yeah, if you're against that, you've got small dick energy. Yeah, I believe the term goes. I can't believe the response from that. Mad. The tampon gate, as it's being called online now, tampon gate. It's caused a proper discussion. Yeah, real discussion. 2,500 comments. Yeah, 110,000 likes so like far. 500,000 views. Class. On you ranting about the bit that didn't make it onto TikTok was you going, I was bleeding down my legs. Funnily enough, that didn't make it onto the no context thing. Did that overstep the mark? I don't know. Imagine that just getting walloped into circulation. Like, oh my God, it's all jammy. You didn't say it like that. I didn't say that, but I thought it. Anyway, yeah, I couldn't believe the response. I couldn't believe the sort of mixture of responses I got. If you didn't know this, I made a point that women shouldn't pay for tampons because I don't see why they should face financial repercussions. Like, they suffer enough through the period, and men can get lube and condoms and razors for free, so it doesn't sort of add up. It's the most confusing shop in the world. Just popping out. Come back in. Loads of women were like, finally someone's speaking up about this. I'm like, why don't people speak about this? Men don't care, do they? Let's be honest. So many men. Because a lot of men just don't think about it, because if it doesn't happen to you, then 9 times out of 10 you're like, oh, it just doesn't happen. Yeah, and so many lads agreed, and I was like, oh, I've never thought of it like that, mate. Yeah, and I was like, you've never thought about it? And then the other response was people going, shut up, Dylan, you don't have a clue. And I was like, wow. Wow. People were like, it costs money to make them. How are they going to be free? And I was like, oh yeah, well, it costs free. Money to make them. We can't be wasting money on things like that. It's also cotton.
which grows naturally. It's mostly cotton based.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to manufacture than condoms and stuff, maybe.
More than likely.
Probably is.
More than likely.
I don't know the numbers, but I'm probably right again.
Probably right. Clip that up.
I'm probably right.
Probably been right again.
Spat everywhere.
So, yeah.
Had me test, I'm negative.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Don't you worry. It was mass testing last week. So the thing is, where we're up to now with this is on this podcast now. So many comments are coming in that we could do a podcast just about the comments.
Yeah, I love that so much.
That's good, isn't it? I'm enjoying that.
That's the sweet spot. Get your comments in. Ask questions. I can't stress that enough. If you ask a decent question, it'll get answered.
Ask anything, pretty much it'll get answered.
Anything, yeah.
I got accused of being homophobic. I know it sounds funny.
That's interesting. How's that? Go on.
So I noticed, I woke up the other morning, I was on TikTok, and there's some lad had gone onto that post we did about, what was it? Getting a spray tan, and I was like, oh, let them know that you're gay. And we put it on TikTok, and this guy was like, can we talk about how grossly homophobic this is? Me saying that when I go to get a spray tan, I let the girl know I'm gay by being a bit more camp. But what I think it was.
There?
No, what I think it was is what he's seen. I don't think he's looked too deeply into it. It was like 6 a.m. when he's put this on, so I thought either it's a really late night or you're up working on a farm. So I don't know.
Up working on a farm.
Well, yeah, milking the cows, or
especially during lockdown. Who's up? It's the farmers
and burglars, and people have been up all night. I'm not saying that you're any of them.
Probably
I'm just saying it was an interesting time of day to put the comments on.
A mad thing to say as well, I suppose.
I think what he saw,
go on,
and I had this out with Steve yesterday, my other half. I was like, what? Because I've been accused of being homophobic before, and he's like, well, sometimes if someone doesn't know that you're gay, they just might look at it and see like two fellas with Liverpool accents talking about, maybe they thought I was doing an impression of someone being gay. And then I almost feel like if you're a Scouse man or a Northern man who doesn't act that camp for no reason other than that's just not how you are, then you're not, for some people, you're not afforded an identity within the scope of gayness. Oh, you can't be gay. You're a Scouser. I'm like, well, you don't have to be from London and hi guys and talk like that to be gay. You can be anyway. So who's small-minded now, eh?
Fucking Uno reverse card there.
You're homophobic, you big creep.
No, so I think we're wearing black this week. I've just realised why. It's because of the fall of a great man.
Who's fallen in love? Oh,
Mr.
Trump.
No. Mr. Dominic Cummings. He's just freshly fucked off, hasn't he? For people that don't know who he is, over to Graham now, because isn't he pretty much the mastermind of a lot of things?
Dominic Cummings.
Yeah.
Run Boris Johnson's government. He was like the brains behind the operation. And Boris Johnson got him in to run his government, his new Tory government that got elected in last December, because Dominic Cummings run the Vote Leave campaign to leave the European Union and took them from an outsider position to smashing it, and the biggest political upset of our generation, one of. We have them every few months now, though. So it seemed really big at the time, and now we've realised there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Howard's Brexit, and then got himself to such a point in British politics without being voted in.
Yeah, exactly.
And wasn't one of the main things people left for was like, oh, there's people in the European Parliament making our laws and we've not voted them in. The fucking irony of that.
It's mad,
clowns.
isn't it?
I hated that as an argument, by the way. The European Parliament, all the laws. I was like, name a law.
You can't
name one of these laws. And
bananas.
Or the human rights stuff. I'm like, what the fuck are you voting for then?
When they say the human rights, what is that? Well, you want less human rights.
I've never understood
Okay,
this.
send this man to prison. He doesn't like his rights. We can treat you like shit if you want. Yeah. Throw bricks at him.
Never understood that. But yeah, he got there unelected. How funny. And then pretty much controlled the government.
Well, yeah, because he was, all of the advisors that ministers had in that cabinet, and all of them ministers would have been, get this person in. All of their advisors had to be directly accountable to him, not to the minister in the government. Do you get what I mean? Isn't that mad?
Kind of.
So everyone enters into Dominic Cummings.
How does that make sense? Who is he?
He brought in his mate from the Leave campaign, also worked in Downing Street, and they were going to promote him last week, and Boris Johnson's missus and a load of Tory MPs said, we hate the way it's set up.
Yeah.
And blocked this guy's appointment. He was so fuming that this guy's appointment was blocked that he apparently said he was going. He was fuming. And on Friday morning, he was like, I'll be gone by Christmas. By Friday afternoon, he left.
And why? What has apparently happened? Hasn't he said something about Boris Johnson's missus. Is this true? This can't be true.
Well, we don't know if it's true. All we can take is loads of different accounts, and there's always loads of different accounts when something happens, isn't there? So the version I've read, and I like this version.
Well, this is fact. Let's run this as fact.
Right.
This is fact.
This is an account.
This is the one.
So Boris Johnson called in Lee Kane, the fella was called, and Dominic Cummings. These are these two people who worked on the Leave campaign. Yeah. And he said, listen, and it was like a clear the air meeting. Listen, I've heard you have been briefing against the government. Bear in mind, 70,000 people are now excess deaths from coronavirus. However many people are getting infected every day. The government doesn't have a handle on it. We're about to drop out the European Union with no deal in about a month, and they can't even. He was arguing and causing paralysis at the heart of government right at the point it needed to not be happening. So everyone hates him, and they were like, you've been briefing against the government at a time like that. Apparently, people are sat there in meetings texting journalists going,
oh my God.
Apparently Boris Johnson got his phone, showed a forwarded text message from his missus about her, in which she was called, and you'll love this, Princess Nutnuts.
Princess Nutnuts. It's not even a good fucking name, is it? That's not even like a funny, comical thing. Princess Nutnuts.
Been thought of in a hurry.
Yeah, a posh hoodie.
Proper pop. Princess Nutnuts.
Princess Nutnuts.
And he showed this to them, and then they were like, well, don't come back in here again, and they were both thrown out. Now Cummings decided to leave. There's lots of, there's 3 doors. You can leave via Whitehall, you can leave via the back door, or you can put all your stuff in a box and be a big fucking drama queen.
Out the front.
Mince out that front door, waving it, which is what do you think of this? This is if I was going to leave 10 Downing Street, I'd leave like this.
He's one step away from the old, like, sack on a stick, like Wallace and Gromit, raincoat in the rain.
That music on.
Yeah.
That music.
So be him. He seems like a little evil prick. So,
he
does, but he really does. And just look at him. He looks like a little vampire slime. Hate him.
Do you not think it's weird how, the Trump lost the election?
Yeah.
And then almost immediately off the back of it, everything sort of connected to Trump and all that just unwound.
They're dropping like flies.
So Trump's gone one day, and then Cummings, he's gone the next. I thought that was really, really strange, the timing on that one.
Can we put up a before and after of Dominic Cummings in terms of just how much he's aged in the last few years? You showed me this the other day, and my head fell off.
Yeah. So let's cut to Dominic Cummings here, 2016.
That was 2016. Is that what it was?
2016, there he is.
He looks okay.
He looks all right. He's got a little tuft of hair.
Healthier.
Boyish, preppy.
Boyish. He's got that boyish charm.
And here he is in 2020.
There you go.
That's the physical cost of Brexit spelled out.
Mad.
He's like, that's Britain there.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, that just accelerates your fucking aging, I think. Like
stress like that.
Yeah, mad politics like that. You just look at any presidents, don't you? You look at any president like at the start, and then at the end, like Obama, aged like fruit.
Massively. He's better now, though. He looks good again.
Yeah,
now.
That's what I mean. But that's the worry with Biden. Will he even make it to Christmas?
Be a fossil
at this accelerated
rate. They're going to have to carbon date him.
He's fully fossilised. Yeah, he's still in office. Yeah, he's still in office.
Remember Tony Blair? What Tony Blair looked like when he left? Oh, he looked dry bummed. They always do. Someone said that this is another idea that was floated, that this is all to make it look like Dominic Cummings is fucked. He did his Barnum Castle.
Yeah, it was from that point, I think, so many of the country just stopped taking the government serious, which is such a worry. Once they sort of backed him up, I was testing my eyesight. Okay, it's all corrupt, it's all fucked.
When police stopped people and said you broke lockdown conditions, so many people said to the police, well, if Dominic Cummings can do what he wants to do, can't I? If you've got one man,
but
you've got to keep him in the job.
He's not even that important though, is he? It's not like he's the Prime Minister. It's not like he's, if it was that, it's like obviously the Prime Minister's got different laws to you, mate. But who's this guy? This little bald worm?
Do you remember when he sat in the garden outside Number 10 saying, looking like the Prime Minister going, who's wide? I thought, no one's fucking voted for you.
Yeah, who is this clown?
Who are you?
Who is this clown? Who is he?
So there we are, Dominic Cummings. Flush down the bog, there she goes.
Oh, it's a floater.
The NTR podcast with Dylan Evans and Graham Smith.
So Graham's a bit upset this week, aren't you, mate? You actually do seem upset over this. I don't get why. I don't think you should be upset. I don't think you should be upset by it. I mean,
right.
Go on, here he is.
You've got a cat, haven't you?
Yeah.
Nico.
Little Nico.
When's he got to get done?
couple of months away, I think.
Right.
From the old snip.
Yeah, that's what people say, isn't it? Snip. Oh, is he on for the snip?
Yeah.
My mum, he's having the snip. Like, it's just done. In and out.
Well, sort of.
You know, when my dad's dog, right, had a hysterectomy, she was done. Well, we call it a hysterectomy. It sounds so much more dramatic. My mum felt really sorry for the dog and was like, oh, look at her. Oh, because mum, dad, one and all that.
100%.
And I get. Louis has not been the same since. And when you think about what's happened there, that poor lad.
Poor lad. It's not his son, it's his dog.
He got took for a walk on Tuesday morning. He got walked up the road there to the vets.
Yeah.
Then he's left there, and then he's drugged. So he doesn't want to be there. He's locked in a cage. Then he's drugged.
Lovely. Whatever he was on.
With some sort of gas.
Smoking.
He's been gassed.
If I know Louis.
And then he wakes up with no balls. Now, I'm going to say, the film Hostel. Imagine going to, being drugged, waking up, where's my balls gone? That's every man's idea of a nightmare.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Do you want to see what Louis looked like after he'd had the op? No one's explained to him, mate, you're going to lose your balls here.
And there he is, looking like the lamp from the Pixar thing. Can we write P, Louis, and then an X, AR, he'll look like the thing. I mean, it's for the greater good, is it not? It'll be happier long term, I think.
That's what people say.
You're probably upset by this. You really are.
I had to deal with how upset he was. Yes, he'd been drugged, and yes, he was tired.
No.
But I looked down at his little bits down there, and it looks all sore. And I was like, this didn't need to happen. Like, if you cut off a man's testosterone production, when you cut, right, do you know what it is? Castration. I've had my dog castrated. Well,
yeah. I know it just sounds mad to say.
We don't want to castrate sex offenders.
He was strung up to the ceiling by his little legs.
Medieval punishment.
Big sword, you know how it is.
What's the problem? My nan said, you got to get him done. I had to get Dennis done like a dog years ago because he got sexy. Like she thought
he got sexy, as in he started looking great,
bringing sexy back,
slick hair, that good, nicely dressed.
No, getting an erection was enough to get castrated to my nan. And I said this to her. I was like, "What? He's that's a natural reaction. He's not going around raping."
Yeah. That's the next step, though, isn't it?
No,
kind of is.
So I don't know why we go. And I'll tell you what, humanity's going to intervene here. You, as a dog, are not allowed to get lipstick. You're not allowed to lick your balls. Like. That's none of our business. If he wants to have a Tommy tank,
he's not just going to have a Tommy tank. And if he's having a Tommy tank on your nan's leg, got to.
Yeah, well, in that case, yeah. But you can see how I thought this dog doesn't understand what's going on to me. When I was a kid, I had to have an operation. I had one of my bollocks, right, got twisted. So it's like
I don't even want to
twist it. It got knotted twice.
This is making me feel in such a way. It's so weird that even talking about this is like.
So do you see why I felt for the poor lad when he come in, right?
So I was
like, I didn't really understand what was going on as a kid. I was about 7. Go to Alder H Children's Hospital, and you had to have your bollock unwound. It was like a 5-hour operation, and I nearly lost the bollock. No, I haven't. It's fine now. But like, I remember coming round feeling this odd sick. The smell of like the sweet smell of the stitches and everything. And Louis came home and he smelt of like this. And I thought, the poor bastard. Men regulate their moods. That testosterone is not a bad hormone.
No, but I think if he's becoming vertical because of it.
Yeah, he's become vertical.
He's on the ceiling again. Come on down, Livy.
He's a bit like that. And there was a risk he'd become a vertical rapist, which is... No one wants a vertical rapist dog, do they?
Any rapist, actually. Doesn't matter if they're vertical. Any horizontal.
We send rapists to prison. We don't chop their balls off without telling them. At least in countries where they castrate people chemically or whatever, they go, listen, you're in shit here. We're going to do it. Louis wasn't given a trial. He hadn't even done his first...
You said he was. You give him an implant and he didn't...
No, I mean he
didn't buck up his ideas, so we got the old... Get the sword.
He wasn't sent to court.
That's how it's done in my... I don't know what they do. What did he do?
Well...
go on.
I think they just...
They go in and
they remove your bollocks.
I know, but he's a dog. And
listen, being drugged and waking up with no testicles is the heaviest thing you could do to a living creature. And I've done it to this dog, and I feel fucking woeful.
It's not the heaviest. One of. It's not the.
Well, I could have him put down. That's the only other one. What do you want? What do you want first, Louis? Well, obviously, yeah, you can't do anything after you put him down.
You wouldn't be hand feeding him chicken then.
No, but that was when I was like, he's got that cone on his head as well. So we sort of like...
I can't help but laugh when they have the cone.
It's funny.
They'd look like a big lamp.
Yeah.
A living lamp, like its fancy dress. It's hilarious.
When you're feeding them, putting chicken and rice that you've all sloppy in the cone.
Well, no, you just stand them upright. Cereal in the milk. He's got a chomp his way through Rice Krispies.
I'm a celebrity. That's what it feels like wearing some sort of reductive collar.
So we're going to castrate you first, and then you're a bowl of Rice Krispies from then on.
By 2060, they'll be doing that, and I'm a celeb.
Yeah, probably.
They've run out of castles. Anyway, I feel terrible. And in other animal news, non-personal animal news?
Huge animal news. Huge. I'd say some of the biggest animal news we've ever received, and I would say that actually... Because this blows up everything we know about the animal kingdom. This blows up everything we know about consciousness. Recent studies have found that crows, as in the bird, a crow, is as conscious as an ape, as primates.
And apes are pretty... We look at apes and we go, that's us.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a baby.
Probably a lot more intelligent than a baby, isn't it?
Yeah.
But crows are beyond that. They are as conscious as primates. They are as conscious as us. They figured this out through how good they are at working tasks out.
What?
Like exceptionally good. Like getting into food, they will like unscrew things and know where to put things. Mad. They can remember human faces. They're one of the only animals in the world that can remember a human face, and they'll also go and tell other crows that human is bad. Look out for that human. Stuff like that. So once you start thinking this, they're like, oh yeah, they're very much conscious.
I've always thought the crows had an air of sort of like, you said they can solve puzzles. You didn't say it quite like that, but
Greater Cluedo,
Rubik's Cube, and stuff like that.
Done.
I always had them down as a type of animal that, would steal.
They watch you, don't they?
They don't crows steal. Crows steal shiny things.
They watch people in like the little packs. I've noticed birds sometimes look and I'm like, you know too much. But this like obviously blows up everything because they're like, if a crow's conscious, well, is a chicken, is a thing, is a blah blah.
Oh, don't say chickens are.
But I've always thought,
an IQ.
I've always thought, right? Because when I heard this news, I was like, is this big news? Found out it was big news. I've always thought things were conscious animals. I've always assumed pretty much every animal is conscious. Starting
from where? Now I'm with you. I think my dog's conscious.
I got really upset and cried once because I killed a fly, and this isn't even a joke. I got so upset.
How old were you at this point?
Old enough, like 12, 13 maybe. It really upset me. I had a Venus fly trap, and it wasn't getting fed properly. It wasn't catching flies, so I caught this fly and like killed it, but didn't kill it, and watched it die. Like watched its last sort of. And I fed it to the plant. But as it died, I don't know why. I got so upset and I was crying. And then my mum come in. Crying about?
I just killed a fly,
I killed a fly and now I'm crying. Which makes no sense. I eat meat. So I'm very hypocritical.
Did it bother you that much, yeah?
I don't know why, it just upset me. But even down to flies, I've always thought, they're sort of conscious. Maybe not as conscious as us or as chimps, but I'm like, they get what's going on to an extent.
Do you really think so?
Maybe not flies. Flies is a terrible example.
So I do think like flies feel pain.
That's a raisin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe not so much pain.
That's when it gets to flies and insects, I'm like, and I'm not an animal killer, but if an insect threatens me or whatever,
right, you've never been threatened by an insect?
I have.
No.
Like if there's a big spider,
it's not a threat. Not in this country, it's not.
Well, they can bite you. I'm scared. I don't know what it is. I'm just triggered by like insects and stuff like that.
Didn't in your last flat didn't a spider run out? And what did you do? What was the?
I was sat there, right?
Yeah, go on.
What's that? Probably about 11:15 at night.
Not important, but can you?
Oh, it is because you'll get the scene. So I'm relaxed as hell, right?
As hell.
So relaxed that I decided to have a nice hot bath.
Oh, full relax.
So I'm full on chill. I've been chilling all night.
Yeah,
I'll have a bath. Got in the living room, feeling all clean.
Nothing like that.
Very relaxed.
Nothing like
I have to emphasise, relaxed.
Yeah.
And this feeling like, when you got like you got your nice like stuff on, I had no socks on.
Little tickle. Thought it was Steve, did you?
Yeah. I was like, oh.
It is.
That telltale tickle.
It is.
That feels like an arachnid. Must be you, Steve. And just like a little across the feet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fucking hell. And I looked down and there's this house spider and it was the size of like...
go on.
You know the central bit in your hand?
Half that. Just half, whatever his explanation is, it's about half. Carry on. It was this big.
That's the standard way with men, isn't it?
It was 6 inches long. Like that
means 3. So it just moved across me.
And so you just put it out the window, put it in a little cup?
No. Lost my shit. I don't know why. Maybe I was just too relaxed, and I just lost my shit. And oh my fucking hell, that was a spider.
Yeah, I mean it's not ideal, but you know I think spiders they're easy to just catch on a glass, little receipt or maybe a takeaway menu under the glass, lob it out the window, which I've heard they usually die because of the drastic change in temperatures. But that seems the humane thing to do. Graham, what did you do?
I just decided not to go in the living room
for the night. You know that makes sense. You know, get yourself to bed. You said you were relaxed. Go on.
It was 2 weeks until I went back in the living room. I decided I started to eat my tea in my bedroom.
Like a kid. Like a proper kid.
Like a 1-bedroom flat as well, right?
You got taped by a house spider.
Yeah. And then I used to go away to, like, me and Steve used to live opposite ends of the country, so over a weekend I was often away. And I remember fucking fumigating that flat twice. I was so frightened.
Fumigating with what? Yourself? A self-fumigation?
Like spider destroy spray. I thought, what if there's a load of them in here? I don't know why, I just lost my mind. And then whenever I see what you did then. And then I was doing that loads, and then there was like 2 spider corpses were found. And I thought, have I gone a bit far here?
Corpses were found. Did they have little outlines on them? The 8 legs. Take forever to do the outline. Okay, no.
Police tape and everything. No, but I don't think that...
well, you don't think spiders are conscious then, do you? Because you gassed them.
I'm just very triggered by them. I think at some point in a past life, or I don't know, been eaten by a spider or bitten by a spider.
I understand being scared of spiders to an extent. As in, you obviously don't want one running on your foot. That's the least ideal thing. I'd shit myself.
Face.
What?
What if it ran on your mouth?
If a spider ever ran on your mouth.
One ran on my mum's.
Doing laps of your lips. This is a nightmare.
One ran on my mum's mouth. She was like, she lives in a big old house, and she was like, watch that. And she said she woke up and there's like this spot, and it was like right there, right next to her mouth. And you think,
and she told you this, did she?
Yeah.
Do you think this is why you're scared of spiders a little bit? Or
No. Okay. This is just the other week. Maybe,
I thought you meant this was like a traumatic childhood event.
No, I don't know what's going on.
Must just be spiders in your family.
Well, maybe something's happened. Maybe something being bitten back in the day, and
they love you.
Passed on as a sort of genetic memory. You know, that can happen. So maybe that's where my spider. Look at you having to switch your act up now. I was going, yeah.
It's completely understandable. I wouldn't have went in that living room for months.
Yeah, well, I moved in the end. That's not why. I moved into a new build house. No, but I think in a new build house, I always think one of the main things is you're not going to get any.
Spiders hate new builds. They hate them. The architecture's fucking horrible. Can we not have it all gothic?
Old houses are better for spiders. They've got all like lofts in there.
Yeah.
And I lived in a tower block in Everton at one point, in the Tower of Terror. Remember that? That was lovely.
Yeah.
That never seen one spider up there. It was too rough for spiders.
They'll get mugged on the way in.
They just took one look at the lift and were like, fuck this. I'm not going in there. But I've never seen one. I don't think they go very high up.
But I think animals are conscious. Back to that.
Oh, yeah.
I've always thought, yeah.
I would agree. But we're starting at...
Well, what is consciousness? That's too stupid of a question. Not even stupid of a question, just how would you answer that? We don't know the answer to that. Science doesn't know the answer to that. That always baffles me. So, there you go. We're sort of a step closer to understanding consciousness, but not.
Consciousness, though. Like we had this discussion the other week about how all the computers in the world could be really have shitloads of intelligence, but it's when you get consciousness, that's when something happens. And I was reading about consciousness, and no one can really put their finger on what it is, can they?
Nope.
It's being present in the moment, and apparently being able to react to stimulus and stuff that's going on, pull on memories that you've had in the past. It's difficult to define.
That's what I mean. It's a combination. Then once I realised that, even scientists don't understand consciousness, I was like, we still don't understand. Okay, well, what else don't we understand?
Is that understanding that you exist in space and time? Like, I am a spider, but I exist in the grand sweep of history. Yeah. Do you think a spider thinks that? Or it just can see loads of shit, and it's like, there's a bee, and then it wraps itself around it, and it's just run by instinct.
We don't get other animals, I don't think. I hate when you see... this is how a spider sees, and there's just like 18 individual cameras,
I'm like, that's not how they'd perceive it. Do you ever think of that?
No.
They must perceive it in this such a way we can't understand. I always think, what would it like to be move your wings now? Say you had wings. You can't even fathom what that would...
No.
I don't know.
I'd do that, but shrug my shoulders.
That's what I mean. It doesn't make sense. That's something we can't fathom. And I think a lot of things like how spiders see, that must be like surround sound vision.
Or like a security man sat there in front of a bank of CCTV monitors.
Exactly like that.
He's not always got his eye on what's going on near the bogs, has he? He could be looking over the road.
Humans are also poo as well. I always think we should stress that. Apart from our brains and thumbs, as an animal, I mean, our vision's not great. We're fucking slow. We are one of the slowest animals about. A squirrel is 10 times faster than us. You can't even catch a squirrel. We're just clever and got thumbs.
Well, that's all we've needed, isn't it? It turns out. Being conscious and clever.
Job done.
Didn't like humans, but the precursor to humans that people have talked about recently have like opposable thumbs on their feet?
This is a very new find. So this is another thing that's blown science up. They found we go back millions of years and we find these old chimps, and it's like, oh, these are probably the chimps.
They're dead, obviously.
Yeah, the chimps are dead.
Oh, look at him over there, sat there,
millions of years old,
little scarf.
But they just find little bits of skeleton. It's so hard to like build a skeleton. I didn't know this. I've only learned this week, but they found one which is like 1.4 million years ago, I think, which is something that we didn't know existed. So it was a big chimp that had opposable thumbs on its feet, like a normal chimp. So it basically had like 4 hands, but it only walked on its back legs. So it walked
No, wait, you'll have to take me through that because I didn't get this the other day. Right, so it's a chimp, and it's...
chimps feet have little thumbs on, don't they? Have you never seen a chimp eat a banana with its foot? Have like opposable thumbs on the feet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And ones back in the day, pretty much they all did as well, but we didn't know this thing existed, that it had feet. Like, what? This makes no sense. And people are like, is this the missing link? Kind of.
Imagine having opposable... Imagine just... That would be quite handy, wouldn't it?
I'd love that.
Because I could type, text...
Yeah. Our feet are useless now.
Yeah.
Useless. Why aren't they hands? I've always said this.
The NTR podcast with Dylan Evans and Graham Smith.
So, what's the anti-lockdown vibe this week? Okay, Dill's got his gooch cover.
I've put my mask on the mic because I'm so pro-mask here to the minute, and I didn't think this would have to be an angle. Pro-mask, here I am. It's almost like all the doctors and scientists forever have always used masks, but now it's the Facebook brigades that are like, do you know they don't work? Germs are that small and get through them. Okay, where's the scientific evidence for this, you knob? Some of the stuff I've heard recently has made me lose faith in humanity a bit.
It's been upsetting, hasn't it?
It really has been, because it's on the grounds of nothing, and I love a conspiracy theory probably as much as the next man. I love it. But conspiracies, when they're just on the grounds of nothing and they're causing just public harm and public danger, nah, get rid.
Do you remember when conspiracy theories used to be like just a bit of fun?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
When I was at school, I remember the X-Files hadn't long finished. This is a long time ago.
Ooh.
And like that was where conspiracies got to. Aliens, and it was like that was all right. Didn't mind rolling with that.
Yeah.
Then the 9/11 thing came along. And it sounded plausible.
Yeah, but that's the thing about
probably not right though, is it?
Probably not, but it is plausible. JFK.
Plausible.
Who knows? There's something missing. Plausible.
Yeah, he made a lot of changes in the 60s. Lots of people wanted to shoot him. Could it have been the CIA? You never know.
But one of the most stupid conspiracies in modern history, I think, is the hashtag plandemic. That this was all planned from... We don't know. Everyone's in on it, though. Think of how many millions of people would have to be in on this. Every scientist, every government, everyone within those governments.
All the people in the mainstream media.
All the billionaires are making... It'd have to be Jeff Bezos. He's the only one fucking riding this.
That's the only, like, when I think about it, the only people who've really benefited from this has been the super rich who had all their investments in the right place. Jeff Bezos has benefited from it. I'm not saying he's done it.
No, but he's beyond governments anyway. You know what I mean? The governments,
yeah.
It's just, I hate it. And we spoke about this last week, but there's some sort, like, you can be anti things. It's all opinion at the end of the day. I get masks are uncomfortable. I don't really entertain that argument too much because I'm like, put it on. If it saves lives and science says it saves lives, just put a mask on. Anti-lockdown.
Okay, lockdown is annoying. I
Pain
get
in the
that.
arse, lockdown. I get it. People want to go back to work. They think it's not being handled correctly.
Yeah, and people in Liverpool, I understand, are sort of now going, we shouldn't be in lockdown because we were in lockdown first.
Yeah.
We were in tier 3 first, but that's not what these protests are. That's not this argument.
Tell us what these are about. What is it they're saying?
Some of the stuff, it's mostly anti-vaccine. Obviously, that crowd's out. Anti-microchip. Here's a photo from the protests in Liverpool that I'm so embarrassed by.
This is outside the Catholic Cathedral in Liverpool.
No to microchipping. What are you on about? What? You think this vaccine is microchipping? And this event, this protest was all this got popularised and let's come together. It was all popularised on Facebook. You're all using your smartphones.
They're going to track us.
On Facebook? That's the worst one.
I know.
That's the biggest one that harvests data. That's the thing following you around and sending you off your head. It's not this pretend vaccine that hasn't even been dished out yet. Anti-vaccine, by the way, just drives me mad.
People being anti-vaccine. Right. So, recently, would you have it first? This is the one, isn't it? Would you have it first? If I was 90, maybe.
This vaccine, I'll accept a little bit of skepticism because it's just so new. Well, it's only just been confirmed.
And if you think of other medical problems that have happened down the years, I get that as well.
But this crowd is clearly anti every vaccine because it's anti-microchip, which is something I've never sort of... like a fucking dog. What are you on about?
Yeah.
What? But this anti-vaccine sentiment, it's just...
We don't want to be microchipped.
Can we just blast them off somewhere? Can we blast all them to Mars? Can we sort of build a big ship like an ark to send into space, and the first few seats can be all the anti-vaxxers? Get them on there. Fucking dangerous. Think of how many people would have to be in on if the vaccine was a microchip. Yeah, every scientist, every doctor, them same people, do you know, if you're like, I'm not having a vaccine, my kids aren't having a vaccine, sound you're not using the NHS. Because they're all liars, aren't they? They're all liars that want to put microchips in you, so you don't want to use them.
What's gone on here then? So why? Because there's some really violent protests gone on as well, where people are really violently, but they want to shout. We talked about this last week. People going, yeah, at least the Nazis did whatever. When someone goes down to that level, you're like, wow.
Stand back and have a little think. Just stand back and have a think.
I understand why, but I do understand some of the opening reasons as to why people are like, we don't want to be tracked. Yeah, but you're looking in the wrong fucking places.
That's the maddest thing. These people are clearly very anti-establishment now.
Fine by me.
I am with you there.
Yeah.
I am all with you, but then you just lose your way because they've probably never questioned stuff before. They've maybe not stumbled across conspiracy theories, and now they've been bombarded with this. They've probably got Facebook, let me guess, and they're going, what, anti-vax? And they're typing in anti-vax, so that algorithm is then just feeding them
more
anti-vax
stuff,
conspiracies, anti-mask, anti-lockdown, and now their phone, which is now going, there's a mix-up, there's a protest. Is it being controlled through Facebook, and you all think it's this vaccine that doesn't even exist, and you're going to get microchips? What are you on about?
Nanobots was the other one, wasn't it? We're going to have nanobots injected into us.
Okay. Yeah, it's Bill Gates, isn't it?
George Soros was another one they were bringing into it. I'm at a loss.
They're just missing all the right.
They've got the right ideas about some stuff.
That's what they just.
What they do is they put it down the wrong route. Yeah. So we know that there's a problem with like the super rich having too much power. Yeah. But it's not because they're keeping child sex slaves in little dungeons under London.
It just gets lost. These conspiracies just get a bit lost, don't they? I think a lot do.
A lot of it's like I read something the other day. It was like, Bill is 65. He's only joined Facebook recently, and now he's deeply into whatever. He's like, I've had my eyes opened. I was like, no, Bill, you've been on the internet half a fucking hour, love, and you don't know how it works.
You've done nothing but look at like conspiracies and stuff. So your phone and Facebook and stuff now thinks, he loves conspiracies. Blast them with them. That was the whole QAnon thing, wasn't it? And why QAnon got so popular in Pizzagate. Whoever knows someone that's bought into it.
Have you not seen all Hillary's emails about child sacrifices with pizzas and that?
And I'm like, do you know what you're saying? Do you know what words are leaving your mouth as you're spouting this nonsense?
It's just come from though? Where has that?
Well, let me have a think. It's all left-wing people, isn't it? It wouldn't be Trump. As the Epstein thing broke, Donald Trump sort of was never accused of anything when he's been on his jet 20-odd times. There's all photos with him and Epstein. No one wants to know about that.
Everyone took everything completely down a different route.
Yeah. I mean, be Bill Clinton. Maybe not the best example to use for not being a weirdo. Maybe not Bill Clinton. Because
Bill Clinton's an awkward one. Bill Clinton's awkward.
And when they get awkward, I understand why these people buy into these things. Because like that Jeffrey Epstein thing is one of the most sickening sort of breaks of
news ever, because it sounds like one of them conspiracies you'd laugh at.
Oh, all these billionaires, there's an island.
You'd go, oh, all right, mate, yeah. And all the billionaires go there, and that come true. So these people now think, what else is true? Oh, it's probably all true, these conspiracies. True. And it's like, no. There you go. I got that off my chest.
He needed to get that off his chest.
It's just on me head because it affects other people. It affects other people. It's not just you. Like, because you will spread the disease. It's happened in America with a lot of anti-vax communities. There's been like big outbreaks of measles and stuff because people aren't getting the measles shots and people aren't getting. I'm like, we're trying to take a step backwards with science and medicine on the grounds of what? On the grounds of what?
Genuinely, like this virus hasn't just been like a physical virus, has it? It's been like it's pushed us in loads of different ways. It's a mental virus as well as a physical virus.
And a mental melting pot of absolute shit at the minute. It's good. I still think the biggest kickoff is yet to come, sadly. I think stuff's going to happen. We haven't seen the proper financial repercussions.
Not for ages, to be honest.
No, but this vaccine has been the only sort of glimmer of anything. Glimmer of anything. And then the fact that people are trying to just shoot it down straight away, that makes me a bit sad. I'm like, have a bit of faith.
I wasn't sure at first. I remember you went, oh, vaccine there. And I thought, you always read things like this. And then when I got home from work and I was watching the news and it was, all right, okay. Like, big scientists were going, oh, it's legit. 90% effective. I thought, this is about the only good news we've had. If this is like, if COVID's like World War II, this is like D-Day.
Well, it pretty much was. I was there when I wasn't there. I was
there on D-Day.
I watched the news break, like it was like a minute ago, and it was 90% vaccine. I thought, this is just bollocks.
Another one, yeah.
And then,
the Daily Express again.
It seemed like one of them, and then everyone started reporting it, and then all these scientists were like, this is the only positive we've had in about 9 months. Take it. Trust me. 43,000 people tested, no real bad medical repercussions as of yet. Tests done across Germany and America and stuff like that.
Thousands and thousands of people tested.
43,500 and 90% effective. That is.
People always say, in the past, there's like, people have died because drugs and that have had problems with them. And people always bring this up and they forget that, like, in order for us to get to this position with this brand new disease, we've had to share information in real time across the world in a way that's never been done before. And the amount of data they've got is unprecedented, and the amount of computing power we have now, we've discussed this before, computers double in processing capacity, whatever. Supercomputers, deep learning has had a look at these things, and they have to go out there less and do actual experiments now because they can game a lot of things on you've got this experiment's been done. Well, the computer's worked out that this would happen. So by the time you're testing things and you get into human trials, we're the equivalent of years and years and years more advanced than we would have been in the past. Well, it's only been 9 months.
Well, exactly. Imagine all the world's scientists coming together and trying to like figure out maybe one specific cancer or one specific disease. How quick do you think it'd get done? The whole world, all the best scientists, all the best minds have come together and was like, right, we need to fix this.
Well, what's the next thing we need to do that about? It's you know where I'm taking this now. So we've managed to do this.
Let's
just have what issue?
What can we stop? Diarrhea. Can we stop that?
Gout. Everyone sticks there.
Gout. Let's all our hands in the pot. Let's get this sorted first.
Cold sores.
Cold sores are bad, aren't they?
What about global warming, What about we take all this, like, sharing information in real time, and then we try and do something about global warming?
What's the point?
Well,
when will this happen?
We could all be...
Just for me grandkids, they can drown.
They can fuck off.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's happening now, isn't it? The thing, we were all like, this will be when our kids up, fuck our kids, we'll leave them with nothing.
There's forest fires around the entire world.
No, it's not real.
No, but definitely not real.
Now we've got like real near-term impacts about to happen. You have to do something, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to fuck the economy." No, it won't. Imagine if everyone got their heads together. All the scientific community was taken seriously. We learned from this situation that you take the proper scientists correctly, and then we tried to have some sort of government started to spend money not on oil and gas, but they spent it on green technologies. Imagine if we all got our heads together and did that.
Yeah. Well,
I think this is what it's gearing up for. Because we've had to work together for this, or people might die, and it's boomers who'll die, fatty boomers, and sorry, all the boomers start dying. Funnily enough, everyone pulls the fingers out their arse. So when it's not just the third world that's disappearing underwater thanks to climate change, and you're going to lose your fucking house, then maybe you'll try a bit harder. Maybe this is what we needed.
We've got to, but again, it's one of them easier said things than done in it.
Climate change.
I always think that is like, imagine we just spend a little bit less on wanting to blow each other up. A little bit less, maybe just a
come on,
a little fraction.
Communist.
Let's all spend a bit less money on blowing each other to smithereens, nukes. Spend a little bit less money on that.
What percentage money do we spend on?
So much.
No, it's about 1 or 2% of GDP on
defence.
On defence, yeah, which is like people say you should, but they want to do like similar sort of numbers for us to get to be a carbon neutral country by 2050. They reckon that the cost would be sort of equivalent to that, but it create fuckloads of jobs. No one's ever got a problem with spunking 1 point something percent
on a big
on
boat.
defence. Yeah, or a nuclear submarine or something, because you think of the jobs, thinking, all right, well, how about we take the same mindset and start doing something else?
I always think with the Green Party, because everyone just laughs at the Green Party, don't they? One vote, look at this knobhead with one vote, the Green Party.
I can smell the eggy farts from here.
And I think we'll look back on the Green Party maybe 50 years in the future, maybe even 100 years in the future, when climate change is a bit of a different landscape, and we'll go, why were them people laughing at that? Well,
it's kind of mainstream now, a lot of it, isn't it?
They were laughing at the Green Party. Like, they were trying to save the world. Now we're fucked.
I got ripped years ago. Ripped for I used to do a radio show on in Lancashire. And it's a bit like some places in Lancashire are a bit conservative, aren't they?
I don't know. I
don't even know that noise gets connected.
That was the noise of Wigan. Carry on.
I got a car that was a hybrid.
Oh.
And I said, I got a hybrid car. We had this discussion, and I got so much grief from men. It was all men around my age going, look at him in his fucking noddy car. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, gonna get, and it was a smashing car. I remember thinking,
a hybrid, is that even a thing to point out?
In 2011, it was.
See, that's Elon Musk's changed the entire game, hasn't he? He's made the entire car industry buck its ideas.
He's made a Tesla sexy. Someone who lives around the corner from us has got 2 lovely cars on the drive, and I always walk past them like I love them. One of them is an amazing Mercedes that's about fucking 70 grand. The one next to it is a Tesla.
Where he lives,
I live in a...
How honestly, the other half live, I don't even...
He lives somewhere posher than me. It's rough as fuck around here. We had this like fucking Tesla on the drive.
Insane.
And I really desired the Tesla more than the Mercedes that was worth like 70, 80 grand. I was like, that's a sexy car.
Have you been in a Tesla?
Yeah.
Have you been in one that's driving itself?
No.
It's just stupid. I'm very rarely blown away by, like, my granddad always goes, that's fucking science fiction to me, Jill. And it's just like a new app. Like, drink a beer. Like, nothing. A Tesla blew my mind. It's weaving in and out of traffic gorgeously.
On its own.
A little game, or you can have Netflix on a big screen. It's silent.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, you can. You can have Netflix on.
You can have Netflix on whilst you're driving.
Maybe not that.
Yeah, you're defo not allowed to do that.
If there's other people in the car, you are.
Yeah, they're allowed to do. You can't have it on like just the driver's got a screen in front of them.
I've always said this as well, as I haven't learned to drive yet because I hate the idea of driving manuals.
Yeah, they're a pain in the arse to drive.
No one else in the world does it really, apart from like the Italians. Everyone just does.
European thing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I just want to learn automatic, and this is beyond automatic. What, it'll drive for me? Cannot wait.
You might not even have to learn to drive. I think learning to drive an automatic, though, at the very least,
like a go-kart.
Yeah, I drive an automatic, and I love driving automatics because it's just like on.
But Lecky cars are sexy now, aren't they? That's the thing. Really cool.
Just get me one. Get me one of them nice Lecky cars. I'm up for that next.
Wow.
Alexa, play the NTR podcast.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What's happened?
Oh.
What's up?
Oh no, it's good news. Oh no, I thought she died.
Oh, what?
Do you remember this?
80 years old, Iris Jones believed she'd never find love again. But after a chance encounter on social media, she finally met the man of her dreams, 35-year-old Mohammed from Cairo in Egypt.
And despite insisting that their relationship is the real deal, Iris's friends and family have expressed concerns about the couple's long-distance love, particularly their 45-year age gap.
Remember that? Yeah. Who could forget that?
What was he getting from that?
What do you reckon? Big sheets, probably. Some wedge, some cash money.
It's true.
Well,
she had the night of her life.
What was the quote? That she had to use a full tub of KY jelly?
Nobody had been near me for 35 years. I thought I was a virgin again.
Oh, really?
Anyway, but can I say what we used? A whole tube of KY jelly?
Oh.
Yeah, you can say that.
What the fuck was she doing?
A tub.
She's not young, and
What do you mean?
she's not. How old did we say she was?
What is she?
Pensioner. She's 81.
Okay.
And
would she need the KY then? Would she? I don't know. I'm not experienced in this field.
Yeah, just because I imagine at a certain point.
He knows. Yeah.
I don't.
Oh.
No.
It's just the confidence you said. I didn't.
Well, doesn't it all dry up?
What are you asking
Beyond
me?
a certain point.
I don't know. I don't really want to even think about that.
So maybe that's what, but a whole tub. I'm like, that's not just being normal,
What did he do?
Normal play, though.
He's battered it, hasn't he?
She said it was rough sex. How rough?
That's what the hip's gone. I don't. Yeah, my mind's in the
Need
gutter.
stitches.
I couldn't walk the next day. Yeah, I felt as if I'd been riding a horse.
What's happened anyway? She's not dead.
No, she's not dead.
What's happened?
But this is the woman that's famous for being 81 and having rough sex with a younger boyfriend. She flew to Egypt to be with Mohammed after meeting him on Facebook last year, and they weren't able to tie the knot.
Oh.
But she's married him.
Oh, that's lovely.
She has married him finally.
I'm absolutely ecstatic.
Defending their relationship, the groom told a news outlet, "I do not want a nationality, nor do I want money. I am comfortable like this." Oh, and he's really nice at the end there.
Oh.
I work, praise be to God, I work for my own money. He looks like an all right fella.
It probably is. Isn't it mad that if it's an older woman and a younger man, it gets absolutely... Oh, where he is. Well, that happens the other way around quite a bit, doesn't it? With like the old billionaires and that. But that's cool. That's epic. When an old woman wants some young meat. You sick old cow.
Yeah.
Sex obsessed, I bet.
Well,
or is it for what? The money or a green card?
Well, the fella, though, like, he's got to be getting something out of it.
I bet he is. Tubs of KY jelly in there.
Yeah, but like...
And I thought about this story straight away, and I was like, yeah, he's played it right there. She wouldn't have a clue what he was doing on his phone and that, would she? Think of how easy it'd be to cheat on
voodoo magic, that.
How easy it'd be to cheat on an 81-year-old. I mean, I wouldn't get with one, but he must be laughing.
What are you doing there?
Swiping on Tinder. Yeah. Nothing.
Just pictures of minges and things popping up.
Off out for more KY jelly. And mints.
I'm just going to buy some milk. I'll be back in about 5 hours. Shattered.
She wouldn't know.
She'd be in bed, bless her, yeah.
I mean, this sounds like a situation that's sort of beneficial for everyone, doesn't it?
Why?
He gets the batter at or whatever he does. Rough, whatever. I'm sure he's satisfied. He's married her. She's more than satisfied by the sounds of things.
Yeah, she is. So, is there anyone...
And he's not taking her money. She's not even got dough, has she? That was the story.
We don't know that,
well, she's not got proper dough. She's not a millionaire, is she?
No, she's not like that, but she could have like a cracking pension.
KY Jelly's also such an old reference, isn't it?
Yeah, you can tell she's old. Because like I feel like saying to her, I know you're 81, and seeing as you're playing like this now, I need to tell you this out of experience. Better lubes are available.
There you go.
Go on, getting KY. Have you ever bought KY jelly?
No. What? Go on, talk me through. Is it like jelly?
Is
it lube?
It's like a really old school water-based lube.
So why is it worse than other lubes, Graham?
Because it's for putting it's like veterinary. Well, a lot of them things are, but it's for like KY jelly. Like if you're gonna have your temperature taken from your arse, they'd use KY jelly to pop the thermometer in.
So it's medical.
It's more medical than sexual.
Like hand sanitizer.
She probably used like I wouldn't use sting that. Fucking hell.
She doesn't need drying out anymore, does she? Cut that bit. Don't.
So use a whole tub of it, because that stuff goes really dry really quickly, water-based lube. You'd be spitting on it, the KY jelly.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what you meant. You'd be spitting on it. You know what you'd be like, Dill?
Not really. No, but you'd have to use a lot of that stuff. It gets very sticky as well. So there's other lubes.
Other lubes available, love.
Yeah.
She might have the money. Are we going to leave it there? Are we leaving on that tone? That's the tone. There's better lubes available. People aren't going to come back.
There's better lubes available than
well, that's good advice for everyone listening.
Genuinely, if you're in the market for lube,
and if there's any
shop about.
Yeah, if there's any lube sponsors that want to get in touch, imagine that the NTR podcast brought to you by lube.
We'd have to get the animation redone with a big splat across it.
The podcast went in a completely different direction. Who'd have thought this?
Honestly, that old woman using the KY. Imagine if someone, because she's using the old school lubes.
Yeah,
one of those lubes. They do different ones now. There's the ones that taste. And I think they're mad. I've never really got into that bottling. And you go, smells of strawberries.
There's tingly stuff as well.
Fuck that.
She'd lose her mind.
That is horrible.
Is it?
The one, tingly or heat? No, heat.
Deep heat.
Right, who wants to feel heat in that? If I could feel heat, I'd be like, we're going to have to stop.
Imagine it. How hot does it get? I don't want to know. Or do I?
The tingly lube gets hot enough for you to go, oh, that's
warm. Like, yeah.
I don't want that to feel warm. But yes, someone should let her know.
We should be spitting on it, as you said. And on that note, episode 12 there.
I was thinking about that stuff you use in the shower, the tea tree one.
Oh, the mint.
Imagine getting that leaves on the lube. She'd be like, it's not stopped tingling for days, thinking he's got the Midas touch. Anyway, bless her. Best of luck to them, I say.
Bless her, exactly. Right. On that note, on that bombshell, right, that was episode 12. Thank you very much for listening. Ask us questions. If you've made it this far, make an account, do whatever, type a question out wherever, message us, message at the NTR podcast on Instagram, ask a question and it will be discussed and it will be answered next week.
Oh, it will.
Oh, it will. Thank you for listening, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. Over and out.
Arrivederci.
Bye now.
It's time to open your mind, expand your outlook, and occasionally soil yourself with delight. This is the NTR podcast with Dylan Evans and Graham Smith.